In July, some of you may know, I went on my honeymoon to Iceland. It was awesome. I picked up a Appalachian dulcimer. It's an American instrument. It's similar to a traditional Icelandic one as well. But I finally got a bow for it too, which is fun because you can pluck it and you can also bow it. You get a different sound completely. Sounds real medieval, you know? I'm not good at playing it. I'm not sure what you're expecting, but it's cool.
So one of my friends reached out to me last night asking if I'd be interested in having a visit from the team behind Character Animator, which ships with After Effects. Now, Character Animator is a set of tools meant for basically doing your own cartoons. And you can do cool things like record your face with a webcam and then have that basically do motion capture and apply it to a cartoon face. So it's got a lot of really interesting tools. They're going to give us a little demonstration and we're going to do a little bit of learning today. It's like a live action tutorial right in front of you.
I was one of the co-founders of COSA back in 1990, where we ended up creating After Effects.
I'm Jamal Cavella. I've been on the After Effects team since '97.
Dan Wilk, I've been on After Effects since COSA back in '92, '93.
Jeff Olmsall started with After Effects about 10 years ago, switched over to Character Animator about 4 years ago.
So Character Animator lets you take your Photoshop and Illustrator layered artwork and bring it to life by tracking your face and mapping what you do with your face and having your character do it live.
Yeah, I haven't messed with it much yet, but it looks really sweet. So.
In the After Effects file menu, you can launch Character Animator directly, or you can just run it straight. Why don't you do the demo?
Okay. Oh, wow. Okay.
Let's just see what happens. So have a seat. Turn on the camera right there. So yeah, so he's gonna be tracking your eyebrows, your blinking, your mouth. He has 3 different shapes right now. The open mouth for surprise, and if you smile a little bit. And if I zoom in here, you'll see the tracking dots. So that's everything that's being tracked. If we turn on the microphone.
Oh, cool. So his mouth moves to the sounds I'm making. That's really neat. That's really fast.
It'll also move to the sounds I'm making because it doesn't know who's talking, but it's listening and it's figuring out which of 61 different phonemes you're saying, and then on the fly, then mapping that to one of 11 different physiums, the mouth shapes.
So if I make like a oh wow, e. That's pretty cool.
Or you can hit record, the red button there.
Here we go. All right, I'm inventing a new identity for myself. No one will ever be able to tell that there's actually a real human being behind this facade.
So it just recorded your head movement, your voice, the lip sync, and if we just hit spacebar.
All right, I'm inventing a new identity for myself. No one will ever be able to tell that there's actually a real human being behind this facade.
Okay, all right, I'll take your spot. And you can then do multiple recordings and blend them. So the dragger lets me move the hands around because he's got 2 little draggable points on the hands.
All right, I'm inventing a new identity for myself. No one will ever be able to tell that there's actually a real human being.
And I'll leave the dragger on, hit record.
All right, I'm inventing a new identity for myself. No one will ever be able to tell that there's actually a real human being behind this facade.
Okay, now if I
talk a lot with my hands.
If I play this back.
Behind this facade.
Okay.
I mean, I started actually recording some pretty cool stuff this weekend. I'm trying to like I really like Viking metal and all, and that's cool, but like, I'm not a Viking, and I don't understand the Viking culture as well as like people from, you know, Scandinavia do. So anything I try and do musically is just kind of like aping in this style. So I'm kind of doing more like a Western vibe to my metal these days because most Americans kind of grow up a lot more familiar with like West. You know, the West is a very American thing, and not a lot of people do Western metal. So I'm like trying to do a little bit of that kind of vibe here. But so I don't know. This is like with the dulcimer and everything. It's kind of cool though. It's kind of neat. It's kind of Western-y, right? It's cool. And then it's a little proggy, like this, you know, it's like... You can hear this in the background. Yeah.
It's
cool, right?
Are we gonna hear any of this in like Lifeline or something?
Hell no, dude. This is just me for fun, man. I just do this in my free time. But I'm getting like super hardcore into recording. I got a 7-string guitar and I got a new acoustic. They're all stopgaps, you know? It's like, what's the cheapest instrument I can possibly get right now so I can play music? I'm selling off a lot of my old stuff, getting some updated gear, and I don't know, just gonna record a bunch of cool music. It's a very good feeling to get back into recording music because it's something I like a lot. Even making scores for videos, it's like you're not just making music, you know. You're making something that goes with something that's already created, you know. It's not the music doesn't become a standalone piece. It's still a soundtrack. So it's nice having some music that just exists for listening. That's it.
Oh hey, look at this! It's our holiday t-shirt! Or a sweatshirt if you want that. If you're not in Australia. Today is the final day you have to get these things before they're never available again. You can have them around the holidays next year and the year after that. Get them before they're out forever.
Hi, Steve.
Bob. Humbug.